Yesterday, May 28th, saw the end of an era at Southwest Airlines, with check bags no longer flying free and also flight credits expiring. There's been a lot of news on this. Travel Award Search has dug into the details and found some good ways to navigate these changes to your best advantage. We'll talk about exactly what those changes are and some of the best ways to navigate them depending on your use of Southwest and what's important to you. Southwest's new fare structure renames the different types of fares. It changes Wanna Get Away to Basic, which is the only one that has changed as of today. And then the other fares change to Choice, Choice Preferred, and Choice Extra. But those labels have not been applied yet. It's important to note that if you made reservations before May 28th, the old policies still apply. So you still get 2 check bags free and your flight credits never expire. But be aware that if you make any changes to those reservations, the new policies will apply. For all fares except for Choice Extra, called Business Select today, you will pay for your bags. And the charges are significant. $35 for the first check bag, $45 for the second checked bag. The flight credits, which used to never expire, all expire for the different fares. For basic fare in only 6 months, and for the other fares after 12 months. So those are the biggest changes. There are some other things listed, especially the change in Rapid Rewards points. You don't earn as many points on the lower fares. You do earn more on a Business Select fare. If you want to look at this chart, it is, interestingly enough, in a section called Customer Enhancements. Now, there are some ways to avoid these fees if you have status with Southwest or if you have credit cards. So let's take a look at some of those details. What if you travel Southwest a lot and have tier status? If you're A-list preferred with Southwest, you still get 2 check bags for free. However, it does not avoid the fact that flight credits will expire. If you're A-list, you get 1 check bag for free. Now, they don't explain it in this chart very well, but these changes also apply to up to 8 passengers on the same reservation. And you can see that in this chart that's called Optional Travel Charges. The other thing to note is if you are A-list, your second check bag is at the $35 price that is normally for the first check bag. So if you travel where you're checking 2 bags frequently, that is another advantage for you. What if you don't have either one of those? With any Southwest personal or business credit card, you get 1 checked bag, and that also applies for up to 8 passengers on the same reservation. You also get some seating benefits, which vary depending on the type of card that you get. And you get a boarding benefit, as does A-list and A-list preferred. They have not explained exactly how that boarding benefit is going to work. So whether or not there will be differences for different types of card members or for A-list and A-list preferred is unknown at this point. Their lowest level credit card costs $69 a year. So even on 1 round trip flight, if one person checks 1 bag, it would cost you $70 versus the $69 for the credit card with the additional benefits of the credit card. The seating benefits, the boarding benefit, etc. Unless you don't even pay for 1 flight a year on Southwest, I'd actually recommend that for a personal card, you look at the priority card. The reason I advocate that is the priority card costs $149 versus $69 for the plus, so an additional $80. However, that card has a $75 annual Southwest travel credit. So again, if you're going to pay for just 1 flight, Those two cards are almost the same price. And in addition, you get 4 upgraded boardings. And in the new scheme of things, you get better seating benefits. You can select your seat for standard or preferred at booking on any fare, and then you can upgrade to extra legroom within 48 hours of departure. So I would highly recommend looking at the priority card as opposed to the plus card. As you can see, the performance business card gives the same benefits in the new scheme as far as seating and boarding. So that performance business credit card costs $199 a year. It does not have a Southwest credit like the personal card has. It does give you 4 upgraded boardings when available. What that will mean in the new system, we don't know. And it does give you 365 Wi-Fi credits. So that's a little less compelling to me than the personal priority card is. Travel Award Search dug into a few different items concerning tier status versus credit card status and how do they work together. One of our key questions, since we have A-list status and a premium credit card, was, does that give us 2 bags free? One for A-list and one for the credit card? And the answer is no. You only get 1 bag free despite having both statuses. So that also led us to a comparison of being A-list versus just holding the premium credit card. Because it does take, we usually do 20 flights in order to hit A-list. And although we fly Southwest pretty frequently, we have to push to get those 20 flights, and we have to pay cash rather than points to be assured that they will count for A-list status. Let's go back to the optional travel charges chart for some more details about some of those baggage charges. If we go down a little bit further, you can see that for Rapid Rewards credit card members, the first check bag is free, and as we saw earlier, that applies to up to 8 additional passengers on the reservation. The second check bag is $45, so a difference in price from A-list. Active duty military still get 2 bags for free. Here they clarify that the companion gets the same number of free check bags as the companion pass member. Now, another thing you might be interested in if you do a lot of golf or skiing is that sports equipment will have check bag fees applied, and there will be additional fees for overweight items or oversized items, whether they're regular check bags or sporting equipment. We saw some details on the preferred seating benefits when those go into effect for card members, but those were not in this chart for A-list and A-list preferred members. So let's take a look at the details on those. And actually they are further down that same page. Now they list these in the opposite order as to the chart above, so don't get confused about that. So if you are A-list, going to the leftmost column, you can get a preferred seat at the time of booking, if it's available. And then you can get an extra legroom seat within 48 hours of departure, if it's available. If you're A-list preferred, you can get that extra legroom seat right away. This also clarifies that for companion pass, the companion gets the same seating benefits as the companion pass holder. Now, you may remember that the perks listed here for A-list as far as seating benefits goes are the same as what was listed for a premium card member. They can also get an extra legroom seat within 48 hours of departure. So that led us to say, what's the benefit of A-List versus holding a premium credit card? And our answer is not enough. The seating benefits are the same. The check bag benefits are the same except for a $10 difference in that second bag. So A-List gets that $10 difference. They get a 25% earning bonus on Southwest flights. They both get a boarding benefit, which is not yet completely defined, so there could be a difference there. They are able to do same-day standby, even on a basic ticket. Anyone can do same-day standby on the other fare classes. You do get a priority lane when you check in, and you get a dedicated phone line, supposedly, although I haven't really noticed that. It takes 20 flights to get to A-List, and for us, that's a push, and those flights need to be paid with in cash in order to be assured that they are going to be credited to A-List instead of using points. So our conclusion is, with what we know today, it really doesn't make much sense to push for A-List. You're much better off just getting a premium credit card, and that would be our recommendation. Well, Southwest has certainly made a lot of changes, starting with bookings made yesterday. Particularly, no more of the 2 bags fly free, and flight credits do expire now within 6 months or 12 months. Remember that if you have bookings that were made previously, the old policies still apply, unless you make a change to them, in which case the new policies will apply. Also keep in mind that especially on these baggage fees, you can avoid them by having any of the Southwest credit cards, and we really recommend looking at the Priority Personal Card for the biggest benefit. This has been Travel Award Search, helping you navigate through these new changes at Southwest Airlines. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out our other videos, and we appreciate your likes and your shares to help support us. As always, travel wisely, travel well. Thank you.